Welcome back. We are hoping you're looking forward to something to do and somewhere to support, because the Dangriga Town Council Griga Park Fest 2025 is definitely one we think is a good idea to support. We're joined this morning by Carolyn Jang. She's the chairlady of the DTC GPF, and also Kumani Diego. She's the education manager also for the event. Ladies, thanks so much for joining us and welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So I heard this is a big deal. The Dangriga Town Council Griga Park Fest 2025. If you don't know, now you know. Talk about the event and what it seeks to achieve.
Okay, so this is our third year. The event is basically a give back initiative for the town through music, education, and entrepreneurship. We also include culture, as we have different cultural groups coming out. The past 2 years, we mainly focused on the musicians from in Dangriga, but this year we are venturing out and inviting artists and other musicians from around the country. We have H6 from PG who will be hosting the event. Kenny G from up here in Belize City.
Nice.
We also have one of our highlight, Noani Martinez. He will be there as well. When it comes to economic opportunities, we invite businesses, small, big, or anybody who is out there trying to make a name for themselves. Artisans, whether it's clothes, food, it doesn't matter. We invite you out to come and showcase your product or whatever it is you have to offer.
Okay, and this event is mainly to give back to our community. So by doing scholarships for the 6 government schools in Dangriga. So we'll give 5 scholarships to each school, but one school will get 10 scholarships because they're doing a promotion.
Wow. So these scholarships, the funds for this scholarship comes from the proceeds of the event, correct? So there is a fee to enter, or there is just the money is collected from sales, or how does that work?
When it comes to the booth, we do require a booth fee. We seek sponsorships early on in the year, and like we said, it's so much of a give back that we don't really have an entrance fee to the event. We more so ask for a donation of $2.
Oh, okay. Wow.
And then after the event is over, we have what we call an after party, which is our first fundraising activity for the following year.
What I think is really interesting about the event and the organizing of the event is that you ladies are saying that it's to give back to the community, but both of you are also a part of that community. You're not here as a part of the Dangriga Town Council. You're independently involved in the organizing of this event. So it's really community members organizing something for themselves to better their community. Yes?
Yes, we have a group of 30 strong young people.
Wow.
What brought you guys into doing something like this in the first place?
It's always been a passion of mine to give back to the community. And when I was brought on the first year for this event, I want to give recognition to Nam Petio and Father Biko from Wax House, because they were the ones who started this event back in 2023. And then last year they stepped back and gave me the lead. And it's a really wonderful thing to look forward to every year, to see the people of Dangriga come out and enjoy this event.
You guys are organizing an entire festival, you know, it's a park fest. And something like this usually involves a lot of planning, a lot of sponsorship as well. And you've been able to all independently and collectively come together and make it happen. What was the first experience like, and how did you guys build upon it to now be here at year 3?
It's been stressful because, you know, when dealing with sponsors, you don't really get that much sometimes. And we learn from our mistakes, and I believe every year is a learning opportunity on how we can better off the following year.
And Ms. Kumani, what has this experience taught you about overcoming challenges when you're faced with them, in your determination to ensure that this event comes through?
We have to improvise, right? Whatever we can, we work around. So try to find a better way to do certain things. And we also do give away school supplies. So last year we gave away 350. This year we're aiming to do better, maybe 400, 500.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Just the starting number.
Since you touched on last year, let's go back a bit to talk a bit about what the last 2 years have been like in terms of the celebration, the atmosphere, the turnout, the support from the community. How appreciative are they of these events?
It's something I believe they look forward to every year. Our first year was at the Princess Royal Park, and last year we had to move over to Alejo Beni because the crowd was too much for Princess Royal. So we're having it at Alejo Beni Park this year again, and we are anticipating a bigger crowd because everywhere you go you hear people talking about it.
Yeah. So I think if it's one thing, Dangriga residents like, it's a good party, right? You show that every year in November that you could put off a good party, and so this event definitely brings that out for them. So once again, let's talk about the lineup because I know they're interested in that. We're looking at 12 artists, right? 12 artists,
4 DJs,
3 musical bands.
3 cultural groups.
Cultural dance groups you have as well?
Yes.
Yes, tell me about those cultural dance groups.
So we have the one
Hanigi Waguburi. That's run by, I believe, the president of NGC in Dangriga, Miss Marsha, and she's bringing her dance group and her Wanaragua dancers out. I also want to highlight that we have another group called 1B. They're a bunch of little boys still in primary school, so it's a way of helping these upcoming artists to showcase their talent as well. Another group that will be out there is Game. I'm not certain who runs it, but they are a group of primary school students from around the community who blows the flute. So they'll be out there showcasing their talent as well.
Okay. What's the Dangriga Town Council's role in all of this? Because I see their name brandished significantly or prominently on the event.
So DTC, or Dangriga Town Council, is one of our main sponsors. So they have a title sponsorship to the event.
Okay, and so that's why it's the DTC Griga Park Fest. All right, so when does this event take place once again? And tell viewers why it's important to come out and participate in the celebration. This
event is going to be held on June 28th at the Alejo Beni Park, and we would like for all of you to come out and support us. It's a way for us to give back to those who need it, and a way for you to come out and enjoy yourself basically free of cost.
What's the time span?
10 p.m. to
3 in the evening to 11, and then we have the fundraising event, which is the after party from 10 until later on in the night.
So the fundraising, the after party, that's a paid event. You pay to get in that one. Where will that be held?
That will be held at Island Breeze.
Okay, so Island Breeze. So you move over from
Alejo to Islands.
From Alejo to Islands. And the fest during the day is for family, right? So children, everybody could come out. It's not just for the adults and the grown folk stuff. That's the after party. That's when things really turn up. Yeah. Good.
Well, ladies, it seems like all roads lead to the culture capital on the 28th. And speaking of culture, we want to include you guys in our cultural phrase of the day.
Oh, yes, we have a cultural
now,
phrase.
I need to know if I know what this means. Because if we don't call for culture capital, we don't have to know what this means.
Yeah.
So the cultural phrase of the day is, you coulda lie sugar out a bun.
That's not one I hear often.
What?
Yeah.
I hear this so often.
You coulda lie sugar out a bun.
Not addressing to me, just so you know.
The English translation is you can lie sugar out of bun.
Yes, out of a bun.
So what, in your interpretation, what do you think that means?
I feel like that's somebody who can tell a lie and persuade others.
Go tell a lie and
persuade somebody to believe that lie.
So, your thoughts?
Same thing, like it's someone that can lie with all you will believe anything that they say because they're most sweet.
Yeah.
They're both sweet. I like that.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's like, you could lie yourself out of any situation.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it's similar that you could lie with such detail and such craftiness that you could actually take something like sugar with the salt ingrained in the bun out of it, like you got sweet mouth. And
Yeah,
people
sweet mouth.
Yeah, you said that. Yes, you got
Yeah.
sweet mouth. And people have believe anything what you say, Sabrina.
Which is quite interesting. But I've heard that often. I use a lot of these types of like cultural phrases where I'm from. You hear the other one when they say you could lie Jesus off the cross.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't use that one too often, but I've definitely used the you could lie sugar out a bun. All right, well, ladies, thank you so much for joining us, and we wish you guys all the best.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
having us as well.
We take another quick break, but don't go anywhere because when we come back, it's all about Imagine Us Stories with Yasser Musa.